Hi, it's Anthony from CarPlayLife.com, and today we've got two products from Benks to show you today. The first is the Crystal phone case for the iPhone 13 with MagSafe. We've also got a MagSafe compatible car charger for our car. So let's first dive in with the MagSafe car charger. So this is a standard event mount charger with added car charging potential. It has the same kind of mounting system for air vents that I like to see. It offers up to 15 watts of car charging apparently, and it has a strong magnet which I hope will work with MagSafe as well. So let's find out what's inside the box. Right, so here's everything that comes inside the box. You get a short manual to tell you how to put everything together and how to install it in your car. We've got a quality control transfer sticker there. We've got the mount itself, a long USB-C to USB-C cable with a Velcro band to keep everything all together. And then we've got the mounting bracket itself here. So a quick look over the guide, looks pretty straightforward. Just tells you how to fix everything together and just generally what the performance is of the charging. So it's meant to have a strong magnetic suction. We'll see if it attaches to, this is my Apple MagSafe leather back case, and that attaches to it no problem. And it's doing a good job. It's moving this than it is actually on the actual thing itself. So totally comfortable with that and it behaving well enough over any particular bumps. We have a USB-C connection on the bottom here. There's no other illuminations here. Some air vents on the back here. That's going to really help with some airflow of any heat that's coming from the charging plate itself. And this is kind of like a brushed soft. So that's going to protect the back of your case if you haven't got any protection on the back of the iPhone. So attaching the vent bracket, that's before we put that on though, but we've got a very simple ratchet system, very big. So that's going to allow you to get your hands around the back here, and that rotates the little piece at the back here that is going to take the blade in and secure it in place. So that's a really nice mechanism. Feels very solid. I don't think that's going to come out anytime soon. It is plastic by the looks of it. It's not metal, so that could break over test of time, but I'd like to see that being in metal if that was possible. But the functionality and the gear mechanism feels really, really nice. So we're going to put that over here and then attach that to the mount itself. Then that just screws in place. And because it's got a ball socket, that's going to allow us to secure it in place, and that's going to limit the mount as to how much it can actually move freely on the mount without having to readjust it. So you can make that super tight if you wanted to. And that basically goes onto the air vent blade, and then you tighten this part up and it's going to squash it in place and keep it all nice and secure. So this magnetic car charger retails for $39.99, or without the car charging functionality for $10 cheaper at $29.99. And you can check out my links down below to learn more about it and to buy yourself one. Next up, we have the protective case. This is called the MagClap Crystal phone case for the iPhone 13 series. This is the case for the iPhone 13 mini, but the principle should be just the same for the other iPhone series of cases. So let's get this open up. That's the case itself. So we've got a nice protruding camera bump protection lip there. We've got built-in what feels like metal buttons, so they're not plastic. Chrome buttons on the side, so that's going to match the chrome of the outside of a white iPhone, for example, which is probably what you would go with for this. They do it in other colors. You can get one with a black ring as well, so that's a bit more discreet if you were to get the graphite color of the iPhone. On the inside, you've got a snap-on for effortless magnetic power, designed by Benks label on the inside. This is the magnetic ring, and that's going to basically snap on to the charger, no problem. There's no alignment because the mount is square. If it was any longer, it would work with the alignment. So that allows you to at least rotate the phone, and it will stay mounted on the actual case itself. And on the bottom, we've got some hole cutouts, so not super large holes here. I do prefer the hole cutouts rather than big long lozenges on the bottom. Nice open area for the iPhone cable, should you still be using that. And you've got a nice entrance there for the sleep switch, and these buttons should work perfectly well with the iPhone once it's installed inside the case. So this Crystal MagSafe case retails for £15.99, or a little bit more in the dollar value, which is not a bad price for a MagSafe clear case. But let's get it installed onto our iPhone mini here. So we've got the iPhone 13 mini, and we'll just sandwich it on the top there. And that just goes in totally fine. Nice big cutout there for the sleep switch. And we've got the sleep button and the volume buttons all working totally fine there. All the engineered cutout holes look good. All in alignment there as well. And we've got a nice big hole there for the iPhone cable as well. Over on the back, kind of works out quite well with the white backing of this particular iPhone mini. And as we've seen earlier, that just works with the MagSafe mount as well and doesn't go anywhere. So best case if you're using a MagSafe mount is to get a MagSafe case. I highly recommend that. Don't use the thin case. They just don't work, and especially in the car, they will just fall off the mount. So if you've got a MagSafe mount like this, you definitely need a MagSafe case to go along with it. And these are a great match. If you've got an iPhone 13 series, such as the Pro or Max, the case should be pretty much similar to this iPhone 13 case. All right, so let's check out this mount in the car and see how well it performs. Right, so we're in the car. We've got our Benks mount here, ready to go. And we've got the clip system, which we need to go fully open with so we can get the full reach inside the air vent. I've got my right air vent here, and I've got a USB-C pre-installed through the heating system when I redid the Android head unit. So we're going to get the mount here. We're going to choose our air vent blade. I'm going to go for the second one down, and then we basically need to do it up. So there we go. We've got some purchase now. So we need to wind this up. So that's now fully tight. That's the mount now mounted. We can actually rotate it however we want. It stays in the vent very, very well. And I like that it's quite discreet. Definitely a lot smaller than my previous mount, the ESR, about a quarter smaller in thickness, as well as the mount system on the ESR is not brilliant, but it really does stick onto the air vent mount quite well. But I think this Benks one's going to hopefully perform a little bit better. So I'm going to plug in the USB-C cable into the mount itself, and let's just power up the car. So no real bright LEDs to show off or illuminate that little hole. What I don't think is even lit up for me. Let me just check. No, it's not even coming up. So if I just put my phone on it, and there it goes, starts charging. So happy days. That's now plugged into my center console, and it's powering the mount itself. And it doesn't feel like it's gonna shake off or go anywhere. So that's really, really nice to see. So with the iPhone connected, you can actually then rotate it and have it landscape if you want to run it through sort of navigation. You don't have CarPlay, you just want a mount to mount your phone really nice and securely through magnets, and it's not going to plummet into the footwell with these magnets. It's really good. But I'll update a pinned comment in the future should it fall down or should I encounter any problems with it. But for now, I think this mount is really, really nice, very discreet, doesn't give you lots of bells and whistles or glows, and I think that's really, really nice because it's just a distraction otherwise. If anything, they could have lit up the Benks logo subtly, but I don't really think it needs it, and it works and it charges the phone just fine. It has got no MagSafe sort of circuitry or detection in the mount itself. It just charges. So we'll find out how the milliwatt hour is. I am currently at 52%. So if I run the Ampere app and do a battery test.
A few moments later.
Right, so we've got our test completed. Let's see the results. We now got a 7 watts was passed with 1,410 milliamps passed through in that period. And we went 79 seconds to go up by 1%. So it's roughly at 7 watts charge at 59%. This is coming from quite a capable USB-C charger. I guess the car isn't running. So let's just do a test with the car running. Right, with the engine running, I got even worse. It's 5 watts, 5.6 watts in that 99 seconds. So 57%, it should really be going max out at its highest amount. So it could be limited by the USB-C charger here. Let's give it one more test with this PD charger. So we're fired up with the PD charger. We'll just do another test. So with the sync wire charger, PD charger using USB-C, I've got 2 watts, 557 milliamps in that period. Took 200 seconds to get to 1%. So not quite sure what, I might have to try a couple of other adapters to get this 15 watts that it's supposed to get, but right now I'm not getting the full 15 watts as advertised, even less than 60% of charge, which should really get you that power, at least 10 watts of power at least. So check out my comments down below if I've got any improvements with that. But other than that, I think it's a nice mount from Benks. It ticks all the boxes in terms of its size, performance of the actual vent mount system. There's no fancy lights to worry about if you're not a fan of that like I am, and it holds onto the phone very, very well, just as long as you've got a MagSafe case. All right, I think that sums up what there is to know about this particular mount from Benks. And we've also checked out the Benks iPhone 13 series crystal case with the MagSafe backing, and that all works perfectly fine too. You can check out all the links to all these products down below if you want to learn more about them and to buy yourself one. You can check out all my other carb mount reviews up in this top playlist up here. Hit that subscribe button down below to catch all my future content, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers. Bye.